Guys, have any fans left? All the fans are gone.
I don't know how, I don't know when. But the office is like really empty.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Not like we really got started.
The end of spring.
Right, that's where it's like the really want to go for now because we're going to get dumped out.
Yeah, good. I still need a fan.
I'll have to like get one of these.
Thanks. Mine's got a hole in it. I'm afraid my granddaughter's gonna stick her finger in it. How you doing? Hi Barry, how you doing?
there. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today for the Board of Trustees meeting in person and virtually. I'm delighted to be here with you today as we come together to decide important issues that help guide the university. But I also want to take a moment to thank my fellow trustees for their leadership and dedication to Western. It's an honor to help steer this ship and support the responsibilities of WMU, and in particular, our mission, so all may learn. So let's begin. Dr. Schumann, do we have a quorum?
We do, Chair Edgerton. We have Trustee Williams attending virtually. Trustee Burris made prior arrangements to not attend.
Okay. And live stream operating, all good?
Getting a thumbs up from Jacob, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, at this time, I'll take a motion from the board to accept today's agenda.
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? Okay, thank you. Are there any comments from the trustees concerning our September 11th meeting minutes? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept those for approval.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Good. Well, we have an incredible momentum and a lot to talk about today, so I'm really excited about everything that's happening here at WMU. But first, I want to recognize a few individuals as we begin our meeting. First, congratulations to Trustee Lin Cheng Zhang and Charles Zhang, who recently received the prestigious Blue Crowd Award given annually by the China Institute of America to visionary leaders whose achievements advance understanding between the United States and China in the fields of art, business, and philanthropy. As we all know, Trustee Chen Zhang is a trusted and beloved member of this board. She's the former chair. She serves on the foundation board. She's a valued member of the Western community, and we congratulate both she and Charles on receiving this distinguished award. So enjoy me with a round of applause. As we go on to more accolades, I also want to congratulate Trustee Kara Wood and President Cavaluna for their being recognized among the 200 most influential leaders in West Michigan by Grand Rapids Cranes Business. It's an honor to be acknowledged, and it's a pleasure to have both of you here with us at Western. I know President Cavaluna in his remarks are going to take some more highlighted roles of people that we can be proud of, but I certainly want to acknowledge all the coverage of the hockey team. I want to thank Trustees Chen Zhang, Liggins, and Williams for attending the hockey team's ring ceremony, and if any of you have not seen it, get a look from Dan or someone, because they're huge, they're massive, you know, they're very nice, and a real accomplishment and memorable time for our hockey team. You know, our team's off to a solid start. I mean, we most recently beat U of M. I think they were ranked number 1, maybe? I don't know, 2, 3? Okay, we're 3. Anyways, but you know what? I just hope everyone goes out and supports all of our teams. I mean, men's basketball is starting. You know, women's soccer just concluded. I think golf's concluded for a little bit. But I think there's a lot of activities and a lot of sports, and it's important for the students to acknowledge that the community supports them. So I really hope everyone can make a game or an event of some sort to support those athletes. Before we also move on to the action items today, I certainly want to comment on the state budgeting process. Western was definitely a winner in this year's budget appropriation cycle, and so I want to certainly thank the bipartisan group of legislators who helped support us in the House and Senate and made sure that Western was very successful. I also want to do a shout out to Jeff Brenneman, VP Jeff Brenneman, and his team, Fred Scheibel, for all the hard work they put in at Lansing to make this a successful year for Western. So let's turn to the agenda. We're going to hear from VP Jan Vanderklay. I guess I'm giving you a doctorate, Jan. VP Jan Vanderklay on the WMU Police Officers Association wage agreement, and then she's also going to talk about our 5-year capital outlay plan and project. We're also going to hear from Interim Provost Dr. Chris Cheatham, who will introduce the prior learning assessment fee agenda. And then part of our responsibility is also to hear from Trustee Holdley on the WMU external audits. And lastly, consent agenda, we're going to consider several curriculum proposals, a personnel report, an easement request from the City of Kalamazoo, and of course, a liquor license for the College of Aviation. I don't know if they should put those together. I don't know. Anyways.
Just behind the cockpit.
Just behind the cockpit. Okay, all behind the cockpit. Okay, very good. Anyways, I'll invite President Cavalluna at this time to make your remarks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good to see you, Broncos. I'm excited about this being my second meeting in this room. The last time I was in this room with you, trustees, it was a life-changing moment for me, and I'm excited to be back with you. I'm excited to be Chris, are we about halfway? Where's Chris? Where's Cheatham?
Right here.
Is it, we about halfway through? Yes. We about halfway through the fall term? All right, so we're about halfway through the fall term. I'm feeling excited and energized to be with you all today. I want to brag about some of the folks up here also. The chair and I have to kind of divvy up how much we can brag about each of you. But I got my fair share because she got to talk about Trustee Chen Zhang and her husband about the Blue Cloud Award, but I want to brag to her about something that just got announced today, which was the Chen Zhangs. I think they should just give you a cape. So the Zhangs this morning were honored with the 2025 Business Community Arts Award, which comes from the Arts Council of Greater Kalamazoo, and this is in recognition of what I know many of you know, but I'm just starting to learn about, is that the Chen Zhangs are big supporters of both WMU and the arts community. And it's our own Miller Auditorium folks who nominated you for this award. I don't know if you knew that, Trustee Chen Zhang, but Tracy Lawey and Emily DeGay are the ones that nominated you from Miller Auditorium School of Dance and Theater. So I'm excited that you are awarded for that. Congratulations. Do you want to talk about the grand opening this afternoon? Or do you want me to talk about it?
Yes,
Okay,
I
go
can
ahead.
talk
Yeah,
about
you
it.
talk about it.
Because as you all know, my another passion is, arts. It's arts, education, and animals. So for all of you who are animal lovers, our new Charles and Lindsay Animal Rescue Center on Sprinkle Road is going to have our grand opening at 5:30 today. And so some numbers for you to consider that the Animal Rescue Center up to this year to date, has rescued more than 700 animals and was managed to find a home for them. For the vast majority, over 700 of them find homes. And so with the new, it's like the Ritz-Carlton for shelters. You see the rooms, I'm like, my own pets don't have room that nice.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
So, but with that new facility, we'll be able to help a lot more animals. So anybody who has a puppy in their mind, a pet in their mind, anyone who comes to attend the opening and adopt the animal today, we will pay half of the adoption cost. So
We
incentive.
as in you.
Yes. me, not the university.
We're supportive, but
So anyway, that's that.
and when they heard that,
Oh, yes, so I was telling you, so when we tell the rescue project, I said, we're gonna do this to, Charles and I will come up with 50%. So they did use furniture store consolidation sales. They called the shelters all over the country. So we have, some really cute puppies from out of states.
all right. So my young children and I probably will not be there.
Did you get the cat yet?
Moving on.
I was intentionally targeting sending cute the kittens pictures.
Moving on. Thank you for your support in the community from arts and education and animal welfare, Trustee Chen Zhang. For those of you that did not see, yesterday we had an exciting announcement where the College of Business in partnership with the Leadership in Business Strategy Program and the director of that program, Dr. Doug Lepesto, put together an operation where students from that program will have, in addition to students all throughout campus, will have a free opportunity to move from from campus to downtown on an interestingly marked bus that says "Bring the Juice." If you haven't seen that bus, go ahead and just Google Kalamazoo Bring the Juice bus, and you'll see a lot of great press we got yesterday. We haven't, trustees, always been as good as we want to connecting the campus with downtown and the downtown to the campus. And this transportation is something that I don't know if we've ever had, and it's exciting, and I encourage you to encourage students to take advantage of that. It'll help downtown because our students go down there, they get engaged with employers, they spend money. It'll help downtown because those students wouldn't simply be there if it weren't for the university, so we're excited about that. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank the Monroe Brown Foundation and the Hall Foundation Downtown Initiative Fund, Sleeping Giant Capital, and United Way of South Central Michigan for being donors and supporters of that. I'm also excited because Western was awarded nearly $14 million in a federal grant to support college readiness. Now, I know each of you know that it's been an interesting 10 months on the federal grant front, but this one is new, and it's for Western, and it's for helping thousands of middle schoolers in our region to find their way to college in general, but certainly Western, we hope, with skills and confidence that implements recognized ways to increase college-going culture. And I just know this wouldn't have happened without my teammate, Dr. Erica Carr, being the one that put that program forward, and $14 million. $14 million is certainly something that will help not only the university but our community. I also want to recognize the Office of Research and Innovation, headed up by Dr. Remzi Seeker, who's right here in the front. Again, we've been riding uphill, so to speak, in the last 10 months on the front of grants and research dollars. But despite that, we're proud to note that his team has secured $60 million in external grants for the fiscal year of 24 to 25 and recorded over $51 million in externally funded research expenditures. Now, that was with $127 million of submitted proposals, so almost half of the proposals were granted. That's led to not just money for the university in our region, but for some pretty interesting, unique facts about Western, which is that 26 patents were filed from within our institution, and 13 have made it to the second stage application. That's the highest in our university's history. And again, please join me in thanking Dr. Seeker for his effort on that. For those of you that know Brittany Jackson, Assistant Professor of Accountancy, you would not be surprised that she has been named 2025 Woman to Watch and Emerging Leader by the Michigan Association of Certified Public Accountants. She is awarded this because she's building a pipeline for our students through experience-driven learning to get connected directly with accounting career professionals. That gives these young folks an opportunity to see what it's like to be in a public accounting professional. This is also on behalf of the WMU chapter of National Association of Black Accountants Incorporated, that has received the Future of Accounting Award from that professional organization. So please give it up for Dr. Brandy Jackson. And Madam Chair, you mentioned that the College of Aviation was seeking a liquor license. This has nothing to do with what the Sky Broncos Precision Flight Team has done. Maybe if they win and they have a celebration long ways away from airplanes. But the Sky Broncos, as you may or may not know, is a competition group that you have to try out for and spend a lot of time practicing several events, kind of like an Olympics with airplanes and airplane knowledge, aviation knowledge. Over the last 13 years, our Sky Broncos have won the regional competition 12 times. And again, they won it just this past year. They were in Kent State, and they just consistently win the regionals and go on to the nationals. They did that just recently, and they'll be on their way to the national championship in the spring. So congratulations to the Sky Broncos. You mentioned athletics, Madam Chair. We have been competing and winning a lot, which is great. One of the things that you didn't mention was that our women's soccer team has now won the MAC championship for the third consecutive year, and it was fitting that I was at the game with Vice President Bartholomew watching the women take on this school from Mount Pleasant. That if we won, and it was a sunny Sunday, if we won, we clinched the MAC championship. And it was a really great game. It was just the right opponent to have when we won that game to clinch the MAC championship. I think we can keep that ball rolling. If you haven't heard, there is a football game in Kalamazoo on Saturday at 4 p.m. It's against that same team from Mount Pleasant, and we're both tied for number 2 in the league. And we're really, really excited about this for a couple of reasons. Number one, this is an opportunity for us to be on the national stage. ESPN will be carrying the game, and weather looks like it's going to be really nice. And what we really need from everyone in the community is to show up and show out for Bronco Nation. And that's by selling out Waldo. So we're doing a lot of effort around downtown. I was in the Radisson just last night, and I saw a sandwich board that said "Sell Out Central." And I've got a button on my lapel here that I'm happy to share with anyone who wants to repeat its mantra, which says "Beat," and then it's got a name of that school. My daughter's reading Harry Potter, and so that's the name that will not be mentioned on my lapel. But so there's a football game on Saturday. I hope to see you all there, and we'll hopefully relish in a victory there. But before we do that, I just want to congratulate the women's soccer team on winning the MAC for the 3rd year in a row. Join me in congratulating them. I'm almost done, Madam Chair, I promise. Homecoming, what happened between the last time we met and today. I want to thank so many folks who did a lot of effort to make that a successful weekend, another time for great weather, great football, great events, a victory. Thereafter, we had Com University, where over 300 partners came and celebrated what we are to the community, which is, as I say, the center of gravity for ideas and economic growth and human prosperity. You mentioned Capitol Day, which was a really great effort from both academic affairs and government relations. And I was really excited because the hockey team was able to sit in the speaker's office and give the speaker a chance to hold the national championship trophy. And he shared that out on social media because he's a Bronco. Do you think we should have brought a cat there, maybe?
We should.
We should have brought one of Lin Chen Zhang's cats. We also we're really excited that the arena that we're going to be hosting all of our basketball games, men and women, and hockey games broke ground. That was an exciting event that I'm sure you saw a lot of. Madam Chair, I do need to say thank you to you. You and President Noggle of the Faculty Senate have been diligently going through 10 listening tour sessions for the presidential transition team, where we've learned about what our community believes that this institution has as strengths and as weaknesses, and we're getting ready to report out our learnings on that. I know President Noggle will be making comments, but I just want both of you to know, as a new president, this has been a really successful opportunity for me to learn and listen, but it just simply would not have happened without the draw that you and President Noggle have brought. And we've met faculty and staff and students and community members and alumnus. It just is a really exciting time to be a Bronco, and it's even more exciting having heard the excitement that exists in those presidential listening sessions. One other, I'm proud to share that WMU was once again recognized as gold level veteran-friendly school. This is this year by the Michigan Veterans Association. That's an achievement possible by the WMU's Office of Military and Veterans Affairs, so thank you for that. And Madam Chair, I just want to say we continue as a cabinet to look at the future of Western Michigan University. We've got some really great strengths, and that is the pride that you've seen and heard of all Broncos in our university. And I reported out that one of the major things we're going to be looking at is enrollment, because that is one of the ways that we make sure we pay the bills. And we budgeted to be down 1.7% in enrollment. We came in a little better than that, but we hope to turn that completely around. We came in at down 1.6%. So what you and I and the board has been focusing on, and I say this from our community, is we're going to make it an entire university-wide focus, that enrollment will be a major focus for certainly this board. My hope is for the cabinet and the institution, and we're optimistic with some enrollment goals that we'll be publishing later this year. So, Madam Chair, I'll take any questions from the board, but I'm excited to be here, and I look forward to Saturday, where we have a sunny football.
Okay.
I don't know if you can have a sunny football,
And
a
a
sunny
win.
football day.
And a win. Thank you, President Cavaluna. Any questions, comments, or anything? Yep, thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite our shared governance partners up. Dr. Amy Noggle, Faculty Senate President. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chair Edgerton, members of the board, President Cavaluna, colleagues, and guests. On behalf of the Western Michigan University Faculty Senate, I want to thank you for the opportunity to address the board and to provide an update on our current initiatives and recent collaborative efforts. The president stole my thunder a little bit, but I'll just again, because I can't deviate from my notes. This fall, Chair Edgerton and I have co-led, although my counting may be wrong. I counted 9, and we have a 10th one coming up, but could be wrong, a lot. And it's been, I think, both a privilege and a demonstration of stamina to complete all of these as part of President Cavaluna's transition process. But the sessions have brought together faculty, staff, students, alumni, and community partners to share perspectives about WMU's strengths, opportunities, and aspirations for the future. And I'll just give you a little bit of a preview of the report out, but we'll be, across these conversations, there's been several themes that have emerged pretty consistently. The first one being a deep commitment to student success. So participants sort of across the board voice pride in the university's student-centered mission and a desire to strengthen mentoring, belonging, and support structures across all units on campus. Another theme is a call for improved communication and transparency, particularly around decision-making and resource allocation. Renewed interest in collaboration and community connection, both across campus units and with the Greater Kalamazoo community and regional partners. And finally, a shared optimism about the university's direction under new leadership, paired with a readiness to engage in shaping WMU's next chapter. So we're grateful to everyone who contributed their time and insights, and we look forward to integrating these themes into ongoing Faculty Senate priorities and shared governance efforts. Turning to Faculty Senate activities, this academic year, we're again organizing each Senate meeting around a central topic drawn from our university strategic plan, and those meetings include featured speakers that provide context and inspiration for those strategic plan initiatives. Our October 2nd meeting focused on well-being theme. On November 16th, we'll be focusing on community building. December will be internationalization, then the focus in February will be research and creative scholarship, March 5th, academic excellence, April 2nd, diversity, equity, inclusion, and April 3rd will be sustainability. So as always, the Board of Trustees are welcome to attend the Faculty Senate meetings. They're held in the Student Center Ballroom A at 5 p.m. Some other Faculty Senate updates include our Academic Information and Technology Council recently launched a faculty survey to assess experiences with virtual meeting platforms and in an attempt to identify opportunities for improved consistency and access across WMU. At the last Board of Trustees meeting, I talked about a collaboration between the Faculty Senate and our Emeriti Council. That's been postponed by the request of the Emeriti Council, just as an update. The Executive Board will be advancing 3 minor bylaw revisions to the full Senate, and those really center around formalizing a process for approving accommodations for faculty senators attending meetings. The second one is to establish clear procedures for the removal of a council or committee officer when deemed necessary. And the third is to update our terminology and our bylaws from the use of part-time instructors to the now standard term of professional instructors. So I want to thank you, Chair Edgerton, for your continued partnership and for the opportunity to address the board today. I will say beat Central. I don't have a problem saying the word, or as the kids say, F the chips. I'm available for any questions.
Thank you, Dr. Noggle. Any questions for Dr. Noggle? President Cavaluna.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam President, this is a fine example of shared governance where you have autonomy for for expression of academic freedom. I do want to say thank you. The board may not be aware and the community may not be aware that you have invited me to meet regularly with your executive council of the Faculty Senate. You've also invited me, and I believe this is a tradition that your predecessors have had and you continue, but I just want to say I am invited to, and I do attend and address the Faculty Senate whenever the president deems it appropriate, which is regularly, and then she has also invited me to meet with her executive team, which we've now done 2 times. One time I got lost, but I did end up making it there. And I find both of those opportunities very, very useful, primarily because those are my teammates. Those are folks I care deeply about. I worked with them as a faculty member myself. But I just want you to know that on behalf of the administration, those are important things that would not happen without your leadership and your team being willing to have me be there. And then the last thing I'll just say is, for those of you who are not aware, Dr. Nagel and I mean, it's probably every other day we communicate, and it ranges from issues of governance to, her giving me advice on raising a daughter, which she's been very successful in doing. And so I just want to say, on behalf of myself and in this transition, and you leading the presidential listening tour sessions, you've been a big supporter of the institution and me, and I appreciate you. You're a great leader, and I'm glad that you're working with me.
Thank you. I do have to advocate on Sammy's behalf. The first thing she told me about moving to Kalamazoo was that she was going to get a cat. The last time I asked her how her cat was doing, and she said we don't have a cat yet. So.
Well, I expect you to see you there 5:30.
5 o'clock.
Can I modify my statement?
Thank you, Dr. Nagel. Now I'd like to ask Luke Chrisman, president of GSA. I'd also like to thank WSA, sorry, and Claire. I mean, these students, I mean, I don't know how many of you know this, but I mean, they go out over and above, running these organizations, which are quite large, a lot of time consuming effort put into that, as well as, your class load and maybe jobs. I mean, it is just amazing to me. And even Luke, who, bothered to get on a call with us after he ran a marathon. So I'm just truly appreciated, and I want people to understand the amount of work and effort that goes into these organizations. But thank you. Thanks, Luke.
It was only a half marathon, but thank you anyways. But good afternoon, Chair Edgerton, President Kavaluna, to the rest of the board, and to everyone in attendance. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to speak on behalf of the student body. The Western Student Association is once again really happy to report high engagement and high energy for this past month. I'll start with our allocations commission. For our October allocations, we had funded $117,057.66 just for this past month. And that brings our running total for this academic year up to a grand total of $312,848.74. For reference, at this point last year, we'd allocated roughly $186,558 total. So we are way above what we have been seeing, and that is all thanks to the student assessment fee and the opportunities for the raises. And so we thank you all as students for allowing us to support other students. Outside of allocations, our legislative branch has been continuing the work that they've been doing, and our largest attended assembly meeting has had 156 individual students swipe in. We've been working to get through all of our academic chair confirmations, as well as passing legislation. Our first signed bill of the academic year was an update to the Western Student Association Affinity Calendar, in which we seek to recognize our unique and diverse student body and to address all aspects of diversity, equity, and inclusion within Western Michigan University. Outside of the legislative branch, our judicial branch has finally gotten our free legal aid clinic set to return, and this first session is going to be this Monday, November 3rd, from 4 to 5:30 in room 2209. Our Chief Justice has worked very hard to bring it back, and we're so excited to be able to provide this excellent resource. Just as the name suggests, the clinic allows for all Western students to receive free legal guidance and to learn about rights and get any questions answered. Each session will have a different focus, and for this starting session, we'll have a criminal lawyer come in to talk about criminal law. Our executive branch has been working on their events, and I'm excited to report some numbers for our engagement. Mental Health Week, as we all know, hosts some of our largest events for the year, and our mental health fair saw over 650 people in attendance. And for reference, once again, last spring, it was about 450, so we saw about 200 more students at this fall than we did last year. We had asked all the booths at the mental health fair to kind of tally how many people they spoke to, and on average, every single table spoke to about 70 different students. Most partners that we had collaborated with also saw an increase in participation, such as an RSO Hobbies and Handicrafts, which saw 139 students for a mental health tote bag painting event. The Waldo Library also saw over 120 people for their therapy dogs and over 165 people for their plant party. There were way more students in attendance, but we ran out of plants within the first 25 minutes. It went by so fast that I was helping to volunteer and I didn't even get a plant. It was so quick. By the time I got there to help out, they were turning people away. But our Civic Engagement Week also occurred just last week with workshops on free speech, legal aid spotlights, climate cafes, arts and crafts, in many ways to allow for students to find their niche in a wide variety of how to stay civically engaged, such as registering to vote, engaging with students in social settings on government topics, and just learning more about campus and how to be involved. Coming up, the Western Student Association is hosting Diversity Week from November 17th through the 21st, which is meant to promote the different communities that are at Western to create an open space for all students to come together and celebrate what makes us individuals. WSA has placed a high importance on collaborating and working not as individuals, but as partners. We thank the Board of Trustees for allowing us this opportunity and allowing me to speak on behalf of the student body. Without these opportunities, we would not be able to serve the student body as effectively as we are currently able to do. Thank you for all of your support, and as always, onward for the brown and gold, and I'll take any questions.
Anyone questions? Trustee Wood.
Thank you, Luke. The work that you and WSA leadership are doing is remarkable, and it sounds like engagement is up overall on campus, which is great. One question I have for you is, as you make allocations, are you measuring a return on the investments that you're making? And if so, how are you measuring that?
So, I mean, with the allocations, we just kind of separate it by different categories like events, conference funding, as well as the total amount of RSOs that we've been funding. And I don't know the total for this past month, but I know that in terms of RSOs that we've been funding, I believe for this year it's around 138, which for last year it was about 146. So we're on track to surpass that as students are seeing WSA as a better resource for getting funding. And yeah, overall, it's just been really high engagement, and the allocations process as a whole, they have to come through and argue like why the funding will benefit them and how it overall changes campus, so that we make sure that all of our events are for all students, as well as that it'll have some sort of impact. But we don't specifically track. We have it upon request if we want to see the engagement that each event has, but through the current process, we just kind of check to make sure what the event is doing and how it will impact campus.
Anyone else? Nope. President Cavalluna.
President Kritzman, thanks for your presentation. I did not know you were a runner.
I'm not.
Well, half marathon is an entry-level race, I guess.
I usually ran 5Ks, and I haven't run them in a while. And it was not supposed to be me going, if I'm being honest. It was my family, and it was supposed to be my brother. And he decided he didn't want to go run the Disney half marathon for some reason. So I was kind of half joking, like, oh, you should let me come along. And my mom's like, all right, I got you signed up. She knows I'm not a runner, but it was pretty good. I trained a little bit, not as much as I should have, but it was fun. My leg's still a little hurting, but I was at a 9.5 minute mile for the first 8 miles. I was pretty proud of myself. The last couple miles we're not gonna get into, but it was going really well.
Did you stay on your feet?
Yeah, no, I was up the whole time, but most of the time. It was the Disney one, so like along the way they had character stops. So me and my parents were taking pictures with pretty much everyone, and so I would sit down for a little bit, like I need a break, but I was moving. I was moving the whole time.
Well, I want to brag about President Kritzman, Madam Chair, just a minute, but fair warning, President Kritzman, I'm going to ask you a quiz, a very short quiz.
Oh boy.
But I know you're up to it. So for those of you who don't know, President Kritzman is an embodiment of a Bronco and someone we can all look up to. I was going to brag on him for several different things, and now I need to add like I'll just run a half marathon for the heck of it. I went to an event at the Honors College, Madam Chair and trustees, and in the atrium of the Honors College, there's a really nice open area, and there's a piano there. And there's just this wonderful, calming piano. I figured it was like on a CD or a phone somewhere. And here's Kritzman over in the corner playing a professional level welcome ensemble to an honors program. And I came over and I wanted to say hello, and he literally looked over at me and like played with one hand and shook my hand. And if that weren't enough, President Kritzman, I just want to compliment you. I've been at several public events with you, and you've just really, really shown Western well. One was on the steps of the Michigan Capitol, and you were on this podium, and there was all of us, this phalanx of people, big shots behind you, and you were the best speech about why Western was worthy of state investment. And I was just very impressed, and I'm so grateful that you have the effort and time to seek public roles like yours now while you're apparently running half marathons. And I know you're playing at a church on the weekends, and I think you go to class every once in a while, doling out more money than anyone has in the first semester. And then you and I were at this event where we were talking about this new dorm called Golden Oaks right behind the Valley Dining Center. And again, you were the best speaker of the public speakers. And I try to do pretty well, but I don't want to go after you. So I just want you to know that you're doing a great job, and we're proud of you. But I have to imagine, and here's the quiz part, I have to imagine all this great stuff that you're accomplishing in your leadership role, you've had to have some really either great faculty or staff. Is there anybody that you've recently interacted with over the last several weeks you can say, Professor X or staff member Y, they're special because of this? And I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but I know you're good on your feet.
I mean, I will say the Syndicate's counseling services has been a really good thing for me. But for professors, most of them are really understanding about the things that I go through. Like, I did have to leave a class early to be here. And he was very understanding because I have taken classes with him previously. But Dr. Matt Nielsen in the Honors College, he's been phenomenal. Dr. Berglund, the conductor for the tenor bass choirs, he's been really proud of me as a person and the work that I do representing fine arts as well. So like pretty much all my faculty, all the professors that I have know that I am active on campus, and many of them have pulled me aside just like, it's really amazing to see that you're in this class. Because every time he was trying to get me to join the choirs, he's like, it would be great to have student body president and the a cappella bronchords president. Like, we just need we're just gonna get all the presidents. Like, you should try to draw people in. But no, they've been really phenomenal. And my piano professor, Professor Lori Sims, she's currently out on sabbatical, but she's been my studio professor all 3.5 years now that I've been here. And so she's just on seeing me get more and more engaged, which is making her nervous, but she's also really proud and happy to see how I've grown both academically and professionally and how it meshes together for the most part really well. But I mean, I'm really happy with all my professors.
Thank you for taking up the charge of the quiz. You did a great job. Good to see you, President.
Thank you.
And now, Claire Binford. For the Graduate Student Association. Welcome, Claire.
Sorry, I'm a little short. Good afternoon, Chair Edgerton, members of the Board of Trustees, President Calvaluna, and all in attendance. I would like to start by giving an update on the Graduate Student Association Montgomery Essential Needs Homecoming Donation Drive that I spoke about during the September meeting. I would like to thank everyone who brought in items, donated, or just spread the word. Our goal was to collect 10,000 items during the week of homecoming, and I am very happy to report that not only did we reach our goal, but we actually surpassed it and collected 12,565 items. Thank you. The items collected included food staples, diapers and formula for student parents, and personal care items. We are so grateful for the support received for this drive and know that it will make a great impact for many students. To celebrate, we will be hosting 2 events in November. The first will be next Wednesday at 5 p.m. in the Student Center for Pie the Presidents, with President Calva Luna, WSA President Luke Kritzman, and myself. And then on Monday, November 17th, we will be serving free lunches at Hoja, courtesy of Student Affairs and the President's Office. In addition to the hosting of the food drive, we also hosted...
Wait, you have to explain Pie the President.
So in the Student Center at 5 p.m. next week, we are going, I will say it's not full pie. We're not doing full pie, but we are doing whipped cream and shaving cream, which originally President Calva Luna requested whipped cream, but I have it on good authority. Apparently it smells bad for days after, so I'm going to switch it to shaving cream. And we're having a drawing through Experience WMU to possibly pie President Calva Luna. President Kritzman and I might just go out there and see what happens. But
Does that mean you're not going to get pied?
We are going to get pied, but we don't know who is pieing us yet or how many pies. We've got to talk about that, actually. But yes, it should be a great event. So if you want to see any of us get pied, Student Center in the Heart, the Gathering Stairs, 5 p.m. next Wednesday. So moving on to our 2 General Assembly meetings. Our first General Assembly meeting, we passed a new constitution, which includes the addition of a new position in the Graduate Student Association. The new position of Chief Justice will serve to ensure ethical conduct and act as a neutral party as the chair of the Constitution Committee, will preside over elections and assist with the transition between executive boards, as their term will be from the beginning of the spring semester to the end of the fall semester. The intent to run form is set to close this Friday, and elections will occur in November. At our second General Assembly meeting, the Office for Sustainability and the Hennecke Institute for Global Education attended to discuss the resources they have available to students. We appreciate the time they took to connect with students and share their great work. And I know the Office for Sustainability is giving a presentation today, and I would just like to say how grateful we all are for all of the support they have given GSA and all graduate students. Their work is so important. In addition to our monthly General Assembly meetings, we are also hosting monthly mixers. In October, we took 60 graduate students and their loved ones to Gold Meadow Farms. In November, we are also hosting a tailgate for grad students before the hockey game on November 7th. We are also excited to be participating in the Global Education International Education Week, next week hosted by the Hennecke Institute for Global Education to celebrate global diversity and explore cross-cultural connections. We are partnering with the International Student Council and the Campus Activities Board for a global games night at the Student Recreation Center on November 7th. And on November 18th, we will be hosting the Fall 3-Minute Thesis from 1 to 3 in the Graduate Commons in the Waldo Library. We selected 10 applicants to present their research in 3 minutes. It is a fantastic opportunity for not only the presenters, but for attendees to learn about the impressive work done by our grad students. Thank you to the Graduate College for their assistance in putting together this competition, and thank you to President Calva Luna for agreeing to be one of our judges at the competition. I promise there won't be any pie at this one. The winner will have the opportunity to represent Western at the regional conference. I invite everyone to attend. It really is a great event. We also just closed our second allocation cycle of the year. This academic year, we have allocated $16,705.40 to 11 students for conference attendance, 2 for professional certifications, and 4 for registered student organization events. We have already begun to see an increase in the number of applications we are receiving and hope to continue to see growth. Thank you for allowing me the time to share the work of our Graduate Student Association. I can take any questions.
Anyone have any questions? None? Comment? Thank you very much, Claire. Appreciate it. Look forward to the pine. I believe that's all our comments. Thank you all for your updates. Next, President Calva Luna, you're doing the presentation.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. I was still thinking about the switch from whipped cream to shaving cream. I thought I had solved that problem. This afternoon's presentation, Broncos for Sustainability Across WMU, highlights the work and collaboration driving our campus toward being more sustainable, which came up in one of our listening tour sessions very recently. So I'm glad this is a timely presentation. So it's my pleasure to introduce, I think you all know, Jeff Spolstra, the Director of Office of Sustainability, and Maddie Christians, a proud, where's Maddie? We exchanged emails, didn't we? Did you email me a question about sustainability recently? It was a different Maddie then. This Maddie's proud graduate and current recruitment and outreach specialist in the Henneke Institute for Global Education. So we're excited to hear from both of you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. A student-led initiative was supported by this board in 2010 and led to the establishment of the Student Sustainability Fee. Collaborators applied the fee and created a campus sustainability incubator called the Office for Sustainability. The office supports experience-driven learning opportunities that advance sustainability solutions across the whole university. The office finds emerging ideas and champions and lifts them up. And it also works with collaborators to award competitive grant funding called the Student Sustainability Grant. To us, broad umbrella sustainability covers environment, biodiversity, soil health, global warming, and intersecting justice issues. At the office, the team is for a sustainable future on our only living planet. With our Make a Difference award-winning program manager, Bree McCann, who's in the back over there, our undergrad and grad employees work green jobs. We have employed over 300 students from every college. They operate annual programs and lift up new ideas and champions. Maddie's idea has become real and is flourishing. Maddie?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maddie, and my pronouns are she, hers. I graduated in 2023 with my BFA in graphic design, and I just finished this past spring my master's in higher education and student affairs. Over the summer, I made the transition from student to staff, and I now work with the Henneke Institute for Global Education. Today, I get to share my passion project with you, a project that started as a small idea and has grown into something making a real difference on our campus. It's called the Sustainable Housing Equipment Shed, or as we like to call it, the She Shed. The She Shed is a student-led, student-driven project built by students for students. Our goal is simple: to keep usable items out of landfills while helping students access furniture, decor, and supplies that will support them and their success while here at Western. It's about affordability, accessibility, and sustainability. The idea first came to me during undergrad when I was working at the Office for Sustainability as a graphic designer. Now, I say graphic designer loosely, because between designing posters, I was also at the Gibbs House, weeding, mowing lawns, and picking up food scraps from the Valley Dining Center for composting. This job taught me so much about community, sustainability, and the power of people coming together to solve problems. During student move-out last year, I couldn't ignore how many perfectly good items were being thrown away because students didn't have the space or transportation to take them home. So one day I joked with my supervisor, Bree, we should build a shed and collect all this stuff. We laughed. We called it the She Shed, and then the name stuck, and so did the idea. Fast forward a few years, with the support, mentorship, and guidance of Jeff and Bree at the OFS, that small idea started to take real shape. Their encouragement helped me navigate challenges, refine the vision, and believe that something like this could truly exist on our campus. I was accepted with the She Shed into the Starting Gate Business Accelerator program through the Hayworth College of Business. I participated in this program for 2 years. I turned the She Shed into a registered student organization to get students involved and engaged. Then, in 2024, we were recognized with the Golden Bronco Award for being the RSO most committed to sustainability. In spring 2025, we received a Sustainability Grant Award, which solidified our reality. I also couldn't have done it without the partnerships supporting us across campus, like the Montgomery Essential Needs, WMU Surplus Sales, Residence Life, Office of Student Engagement, Office of Student Transitions, and of course, the Office for Sustainability, which all led us to officially opening our doors in August. Since its official opening, the response has been incredible. At least at spring 2025 move-out, we received an astonishing amount of donations. 25 large, 16 bushel-sized bins that were donated. We have also welcomed 311 visitors so far and have given out 3/4 of our inventory. What makes the She Shed special isn't just what we collect, it's what we are creating. We're building a culture of reuse, connection, and belonging. It's Broncos supporting Broncos, and it's proof that small ideas can make a big impact when people believe in them. The She Shed is open, it's running, and it's helping students. And guess what? We're already dreaming bigger. I'd love to see the She Shed grow into a campus tool library, a rental hub for RSOs, and even be a resource for students to learn how to fix and refinish items. Before I graduated with my undergrad, I remember telling Bree, in tears, I wasn't ready to leave WMU. I didn't know why at the time, but I do now. The She Shed showed me why I didn't want to leave, because this campus, these people, and this community are where ideas like this can take root. It's where we turn creativity into impact and compassion into action. That's what it means to be a Bronco, and I couldn't be prouder to still be here and helping the She Shed grow. As the Office for Sustainability loves to remind us, the sky is the limit. Thank you. I may have missed a few slides.
Nice. Great work, Maddie. Thank you. Like Maddie, Mary Claire had an idea. Her project made 2 WMU skywalks safer for birds with the application of grant-funded bird window anti-collision tape. Grant program collaborators have funded over 150 student projects. Broncos from across all divisions help as advisors, project managers, and space approvers. You are all part of the we here, so thank you all, and thank you to your teams. So we have also operated several small to medium scale food waste composting projects. We built and operated an off-grid, solar battery powered, smartphone enabled, aerated compost system. And during our best year, we turned 10,000 pounds of dining center food waste into compost, which was returned to the soil. Last year, we fixed 150 bikes in our campus bike shop at very low cost. In the Living Wood shop, we educate, build community, and make minor repairs using hand tools and human power. We've run dozens of skill-sharing workshops around campus, taught soap making, sewing, visible mending, and upcycling. If I had more time, I'd tell you about the gardens and the food forest and the thousands of pounds of organic produce volunteers have grown and donated to your students, or how the campus electric vehicle chargers are doing, or how our newest collaboration called Ride the Bus with Us will encourage students to ride our buses for the first time. Maddie wants to call it Ride the Bus with Russ. We'll see. Yes.
I mean, whatever gets students on them.
Each year after Bronco Bash, we celebrate champions, like the heroes at the library, who are leading with open educational resources and equipment library where you can actually borrow a sewing machine, and a seed library too. So imagine these bubbles we often see in our Western slides, right? Imagine each of these bubbles is a Bronco or a group in one of our offices or our working groups or our RSOs or our informal networks. These bubbles are champions. They're activists, they're committees, they're cabinets, they're shared governance partners. And if properly aligned with barriers lowered, these Broncos can rapidly move a new idea from the drawing board to completion and collective impact. So deep breath, everyone, for a moment. A group of researchers published a landmark study in The Lancet in 2021 on climate change-related anxiety in youth. 10,000 youth aged 16 to 25 were surveyed around the world. The results revealed that 75% say the future is frightening, and 83% say that people have failed to take care of our planet. Our own internal WMU student surveys show that Broncos are hyper-aware of environmental problems. They're also problem solvers. And we've seen data from prospective WMU students through admissions that reveals that environment and sustainability rank high as a top 5 co-curricular area of interest. So that's great. We've got a lot to offer. Going too fast. So here's some great news, pivoting off of that. Our own, sustainability is both a value and a goal in the WMU strategic plan. We are world-class educators and researchers and staffers, And the strategic plan calls us all to improve climate change literacy across the university. Even further, our strategic sustainability and carbon neutrality goals help to shape the brand new campus master plan. In the curriculum, sustainability infusion is happening. The Hayworth College of Business was the first college to require a sustainability course for all business students. Planetary sustainability emerges as an important theme in the Essential Studies program. Dr. Drobny is operating the Bronco Challenge for Sustainable Impact, a design competition in which student ideas can win real dollars donated by companies who are striving to lead on sustainability. Faculty in the WMU Climate Change Working Group have been working with limited resources over a decade to help other faculty infuse climate change science across the curriculum. They have also had an impact in our surrounding community, which I would love to tell you about some other time. Dr. Palmer's class is testing a phone app right now that encourages students to make sustainable choices that benefit them and also the university. We'll see where that goes. It may be worth investing in soon. Dr. Asher just emailed me about using the electric vehicle chargers, and I'll let you know what that's about. Maybe he's got a new electric vehicle to show off. Dr. Martini is wrapping up a study of options we have for food waste composting across campus. A cohort of Medallion scholars is infusing zero waste practices into athletic events. Dr. Bertman, the quarter-time faculty fellow for climate change solutions here at Western, and his team of GAs and volunteers, all supported by the President's Office and Provost's Office. Thank you both for that support. They're working on 3 important and timely items that we're looking forward to revealing. 1, they have a draft greenhouse gas emissions inventory and numbers from the last 3 years. We need to look at those and figure out what to do next and what we can do about them. 2, they are launching our 3rd ever STARS report. That's a sustainability tracking and assessment and reporting report. You look across the whole university, you count up every metric you can think of, and then you get a rating or a ranking at the end, and we can look at how other schools are doing and compare ourselves to those other schools, and look at their data, and find their brilliant ideas. And when they apply to a school like ours, maybe we could borrow their brilliant ideas and do some more new things here. And the 3rd item is what WMU's 2nd ever climate action plan. We're in an outline form now, and we're putting together the pieces and taking input from everywhere we can get it. Oops. Committees and task forces. Last year, a sustainability committee emerged in the Faculty Senate. I find that very exciting. The Faculty Senate's engaged, and we're looking forward to where they go with that committee. And that's part of the Campus Planning and Finance Council, so it informs up through that network. Student leaders and a student task force are asking some important questions. I have answers to some of these, but not all of them, but we're working on it for them. When it comes to campus sustainability, who is doing what, right? Look at the bubbles. Where are the data? Where do we stand on this sustainability journey? Where does this accountability lie? How do we communicate best and help each other? And then finally, how do we move forward together collaboratively? And who takes the reins to lead that effort? President Cavalluna, at your listening sessions, you spoke honestly about important and hard things that WMU must lean into. Please know the Office for Sustainability team is flexible and at the ready to help. Collaborators are all around you. Students have invested in their campus sustainability incubator and executed small to medium scale sustainability solutions. Your VPs have helped and lowered many barriers along the way. Today, student expectations remain high that we can get after the big transformational projects that WMU and the living planet need. Find university-wide sustainability information at the top link, and find our tiny but mighty Office for Sustainability at the bottom. Come visit us. We're open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, today or tomorrow. I hope to see you pop in. And thank you, everyone, and thank you, students, for your leadership in all these efforts. Thanks. Happy to take questions.
Questions? Anyone? Nope. Thank you both very much. Very impressive. Thank you. Dr. Schumann, I think we're moving on to public comments, for which I believe we don't have any. So.
We don't have any for the action items, but we do have one person for general public at the end.
Okay, thank you. So we will move into action items. WMU Police Officer Association Wage Agreement. VP Vanderclay, otherwise known as Dr. Jan. No.
I was going to say I got demoted. Thank you. So our Police Officers Association, or POA, actually represent our sworn officers as well as our detectives. We usually have between 19 and 22 members of the union. Our command officers and non-sworn personnel are not members. The union has worked collaboratively with us for about the last 10 months as we face many retirements, much well-deserved retirements, as well as a few of our officers looking at other opportunities. And we discovered we were having a significant hardship in trying to replace the officers. We also discovered that that was not unique to Western. And in fact, all the local agencies, including state police and Grand Rapids Kentwood area police agencies, had been experiencing the same difficulty. As a result, we management engaged SIGO, which is an outside third-party expert that reviews competitive market pricing for compensation. And the union POA members actually did their own surveys and results. And we discovered that we were not competitive at all in our compensation and that the other agencies had been providing significant wage increases. And in fact, pretty much started with the state police. They were given a 20% increase. And as a result, other local agencies then began to have to increase wages to keep their officers in hand. So with that, we worked together and have brought forward to you a letter of understanding. It was ratified by the union in September, and if approved by the board today, it becomes effective. Using the information from both SIGO as well as provided by the union, we reset the pay scale for the officers for this year. It becomes effective November 10th. It's prospective only, not retroactive. And then we are maintaining the contract increase for the 26 year at 2%. You were provided with the new wage charts. You'll notice that as officers gain years of experiences, their wage base does increase. That's common. And with that, I'm bringing forward the recommendation that you approve the wage rates that were reflected in the attached charts for POA members to be effective November 10th, 2025. Happy to answer questions.
Any questions for Jan? Have that up on the board for the public to be able to see the action item. So no questions. I will entertain a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, roll call.
Chair Edgerton.
Yes.
Vice Chair Turfy.
Yes.
Trustee Chen Zhang.
Yes.
Trustee Hoadley.
Yes.
Trustee Liggins.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Wood.
Yes.
Chair Edgerton, motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Jan, if you'll continue now with the capital outlay.
I will. This is an item that comes before the board annually. The state does require us to bring it to you annually, even though it's a 5-year capital outlay master plan report. We have provided the website. We do not provide the report in its entirety because it's voluminous. We are required to report on our mission, academic programs, academic planning, new initiatives, staffing levels, enrollment trends, and we also are required to provide facilities assessments, including utilization data and condition. So I would call the overall core reason for the report is to really determine, identify what physical campus improvements are necessary to continue to keep us prepared for future. So with that, we actually have a few new key elements that have not been available to us in the past. One has come to the board before, the Campus Master Plan 2025. We also have the space and facility condition assessments and the data collected by Gordian. Using the new information, receiving input from campus, engaging with the Space Advisory Committee, there was also another work group. Jeff Brenneman and his team are in that, Fred, so that we can tie our interests to those of the state of Michigan and what they will fund. We have prepared, and you do have that attached, the summary of the major capital projects. They're presented alphabetically, so not really representing a priority. And we also are required to provide major maintenance projects that are greater than $1 million, and that's a newer element that you have not previously seen. The priority for the university remains Knaus Hall at this time. It's both a renovation and an addition project. And with that, I bring forward the recommendation that you approve the 5-year capital outlay plan for state fiscal years 2027 to 2031, including the capital project and major maintenance planning lists as mandated by the state of Michigan. Also asking and that you would approve that Knaus Hall renovation and addition remain our top priority for state funding. And I want to thank Jeff and Fred and his team for continuing to pursue that in Lansing. Any questions?
Yes, just for clarity, just because we approve a plan, does that mean that the state is going to approve that capital outlay allocation to us?
So, Jeff, you're already moving. I'll let you respond to that. I wish it were so.
Is this on? Yeah. No, the answer to your question is no. There certainly is a process that starts here on campus, then continues at the state level. They then look at the projects and do some sort of ranking. But at the end of the day, once you put it into the legislature, it becomes a bit of a political process. And so we're working through it. The last time there was a capital outlay bill was actually in 2023, so there's not even a normal process or timing for a capital outlay bill. We're expecting it could happen this fall. The Senate passed a capital outlay bill earlier this year, and thanks to Senator McCann and his championship of Western, Knaus is included in that bill. So we'll see if that concludes in the legislative process later this year. We're going to be working it hard, and again, thanks to our bipartisan, bicameral support from Senator McCann, Speaker Hall, Representative Rogers, we're well positioned if there's a capital outlay bill to have Knaus funded.
Thank you, Jeff. Any other questions for Chair? All right, I'll entertain a motion to adopt the plan.
Move to adopt.
Okay, roll call.
Chair Edgerton.
Yes.
Vice Chair Turvey.
Yes.
Trustee Chen Zhang.
Yes.
Trustee Hoadley.
Yes.
Trustee Liggins.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Wood.
Yes.
Chair Edgerton, motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Now moving on to the prior learning assessment fee. Interim Provost Cheatham.
Thank you, Chair Edgerton. Prior learning assessment, or PLA, is a process by which students can earn very affordable university credit for knowledge and skills acquired through work experience, training, military service, or other experiences outside of the traditional academic environment. And I'd like to offer thanks to the Faculty Senate, who I think back in 2020 set the stage for us doing this in some of their MOAs that helped define some parameters. And a couple of individuals who worked really hard on getting this here, which was Dean Laura Deinhardt in the College of Education and Human Development, and Lisa DeShano Cook, our curriculum manager, for sending me emails about every week to remind me to do this. And finally, Carrie Cumming in our registrar's office, because this involves a lot of work in their office. To date, there is not a consistent fee that is applied for the review of PLA portfolios or the granting of PLA credits. So we are requesting approval of a standardized PLA fee of $150 per undergraduate course and $250 per graduate course for the granting of PLA credits. It is recommended, we are asking that effective with the spring 2026 semester, the Board of Trustees approve these rates of $150 per undergraduate course and $250 per graduate course. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Dr. Cheatham? Nope. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Support.
Roll call.
Chair Edgerton.
Yes.
Vice Chair Turfy.
Yes.
Trustee Chen Zhang.
Yes.
Trustee Hoadley.
Yes.
Trustee Liggins.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Wood.
Yes.
Chair Edgerton, motion passes.
Thank you very much. And now I will ask Trustee Hoadley to share highlights from the WMU external audit.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's always a good day when I can put my Western Michigan University Hayworth College of Business MBA to good use. So I think I got them all in. So the audit committee continues to meet regularly under the direction of Chair Jim Scholl. Jean, Kim, and I were able to work with the folks at Plant Moran and present great news related to the audit. First, it should be noted that WMU received a clean, unqualified opinion, which is the highest order you can receive, and there were no material weaknesses. It speaks to the strong work of the entire financial team. So, of course, Jan and Colleen, Joan, Keith from legal, and really appreciate all the work you do. Second, the university's financial position remains strong. We saw a $113.8 million increase in net position, of which over 92% of that was driven by the receipt of bonds related to Golden Oaks, as well as some classification of revenue changes that are coming off of the foundation. So it's a strong position for the university. Additionally, we did continue to take planned updates to accounting standards that are occurring across the sector, and so we're in strong compliance. So of course, Mike and Steve at Plant Moran, the entire team, we appreciate it. I'm happy to answer any questions and would recommend that we accept the audit.
Anyone questions for Trustee Hoadley or Jan? Anyone else? Nope. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Support.
Okay. Roll call.
Chair Edgerton.
Yes.
Vice Chair Turfy.
Yes.
Trustee Chen Zhang.
Yes.
Trustee Hoadley.
Yes.
Trustee Liggins.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Wood.
Yes.
Motion to accept the audit passes.
Okay. Thank you, and thank you, Trustee Hoadley, for your service in doing the committee. So we all certainly appreciate it. Next on the agenda is the consent items. I'm not sure if anyone had curriculum proposal, personnel report, utility easement request from the city of Kalamazoo, and I thought the liquor license was on there as well. Yeah. Okay. Just doesn't show up on the agenda. Sorry. Anyone have any questions or want to pull anything off the agenda? No? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Support.
Okay, roll call.
Chair Edgerton.
Yes.
Vice Chair Turfy.
Yes.
Trustee Chen Zhang.
Yes.
Trustee Hoadley.
Yes.
Trustee Liggins.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Wood.
Yes.
Chair Edgerton, consent items pass.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Schuman. That concludes the formal business, but we do also have someone that would like to make some comments, and general comments from the public.
We have one public speaker, Donnell Eastlick.
Hello, everyone. My name is Danielle Eastlick. I am the Program Manager for Montgomery Essential Needs, as well as the PSAW Communications Officer. This is baby Eastlick number 2, coming in January. And I would my role here at Western is to ensure that unmet basic needs are not a barrier to student success. But today I'm here to talk about how unmet basic needs of our employees are a barrier to our success and our well-being. I'm here to ask for your leadership in establishing paid parental leave for all WMU employees. We all work under the North Star so all may learn, and we are working hard to answer the call to put Western at 3rd in the state for student retention and graduation. But that is a harsh contrast with how staff supports have not kept the pace in the student supports we're working so hard to upkeep. There are 4 Michigan universities that offer a minimum of 6 weeks paid parental leave, and I do note it's parental leave. This is for the birthing parent and the father. And I believe this information is also found in your board packet. Michigan Tech, Grand Valley, Michigan, and Michigan State all provide this. And actually, Grand Valley, Michigan, and Michigan State provide up to 12 weeks paid leave. Others, like our rival we're playing this weekend, while they don't offer paternity leave or parental leave, they do offer short-term disability, which still allows birthing parents to take paid time off after they've given birth. Western is among the bottom 4 in the state with no paid parental leave, no paid maternity leave, and no paid short-term disability. Paid parental leave strengthens our recruitment, retention, and morale among all of our staff and faculty. We talk about the enrollment cliff here at the university, and we're worried about declining enrollment, yet we ourselves are contributing to it. When companies don't have family-friendly policies like paid parental leave or childcare, it contributes to the nationwide trend we're seeing of people delaying or limiting their family size. Not to mention employees who choose to leave Western for an organization that is more family-friendly, contributing to our turnover and burnout rates. The birthing parent needs at least 6 weeks to physically heal, recovering from stitches and a wound about the size of a dinner plate from where the placenta detaches. This is not a vacation. It is a vital time to bond with our babies and recover. It should not be a time where we need to worry about paying the bills. Under current policies, employees must save every hour of sick leave and annual time we have just to have paid leave, meaning no time off in those previous 9 months for any illness, rest, or preparing for the new baby. For parents of older children who have to take time off to care for their child at home who is sick, every sick day they use cuts into their maternity leave, which leaves many families facing unpaid leave at one of the most vulnerable times of their life. Paid parental leave is not just a family issue, it's a workforce issue. It would help Western recruit and retain talented staff and faculty, strengthen morale, and align our university with the values of care and community that we strive to teach our students. Thank you for your time and considering how we can make Western a place where we don't just support student success, but the success of everyone who is part of our Bronco community. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Schumann?
That concludes general public comment.
Okay. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Support. All right. We are adjourned. Thank you all for attending today. Go Broncos.